Hi everyone. My name is Soumitra. I head the financial services for Capgemini Southeast Asia. I have with me Sudhir Pai, a global CTO for financial services, Capgemini, and it's a privilege to have Royce with us. He heads the consumer finance data for DBS. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Royce. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Let me start by asking the 6 months journey, getting people from various countries to come and participate. Obviously, data is key for you from a banking perspective. How has all been panned out, and are you satisfied with the outcomes? What's your view of all of this?
I'm extremely happy. Look, a couple of goals that we want to achieve through paradigm shift. Right. First is to scout for talent globally,
Right.
and obviously looking at the stable of participants, we have reached that goal. Very talented teams, and the very best out of hundreds were selected, and went through a very rigorous filtering and selection process to finally have 12. So that talent objective has been met. The other goal that we want to achieve is to be able to get brilliant ideas, and of course, hopefully exponential ones, or ones that have the potential to pivot into really interesting, so to speak, killer apps. And having done be part of the pre-selection process, and having judged the teams personally myself, at least today, the quality is smelling very good.
That's great. That's great.
Smelling very good.
Yeah.
A few rough gems, rough diamonds that are just also ripe and ready for polishing.
Right.
Once we have sharpened the edges, right, I think the ideas will bloom very usefully into things that the bank can incorporate. The bank can collaborate with these brilliant young minds to take it to the next level. So I'm very happy overall with the goals and with the quality of people whom we are interacting with.
That's great. You have tons of data, right? And there's much more that can be achieved in terms of looking at your theme, best bank for the better world, right? So just give me a bit of more in terms of, especially coming back to things like artificial intelligence, data. How do you take it to the next level after this finale? What happens?
So brilliant question, right? Again, being the group head of data management, those questions on getting data, sourcing data, how we use them, and ultimately synthesizing insights through AI. I think those are questions that are very close to heart, right? The key thing here is to make sure that we collect data from as many sources internally, non-traditionally, and also from external sources. When we get data from external sources, we go through data management platforms, or DMP as they're commonly known. We go through data exchanges. We go through data partners who are members of our ecosystems. We also go through data aggregators. Then internally, of course, we look at your traditional data, demographics, behavioral data, transactional data. We've gone on to look at more non-traditional data, dark data or gray data as we call it, including operational data and metadata as well. Now, we amalgamate them and combine them into a reusable database. That then forms the bedrock for artificial intelligence. Then again, that's where the tire really meets the road, right? Whether we can use AI to derive insights and create value and incredible customer experience for our customers, right? So CE, or customer experience, is the end game.
Absolutely.
And that's what data is, right? Now, in the realm of AI, there are essentially two parts, right? One huge section of it is for decisioning. So we use AI for credit underwriting. We use AI for sentiments analysis. We use AI for pricing. We use AI for creating leads, where we create prospects.
Right.
That's one huge part. The second huge part of it, right, is really in using AI for customer interaction. Right? How do we bring that human-like interaction digitally, through AI. Of course, some of the physical channels are also instructed by AI. So two parts, right? Decisioning and human-like interaction.
Obviously, data needs to be relevant. Data needs to be in such a shape and form that it can bring you the Netflix experience. So when you're interacting with the customer, he should get that feel that yes,
Right.
the content that he's receiving is very personalized.
Yes.
To Sudhir's point.
Correct.
So what's your view on that?
So absolutely right. The thing is hyper-personalization. And just so you know, I am actually heading the initiative. So DBF now has evolved into a platform organization.
Right.
So it's no longer a product silo, a functional silo.
Absolutely.
We have a multi-talented, multi-faceted and multi-functional team together. And I head up the customer management and analytics platform.
Right.
And at the center of that platform is hyper-personalization. Now, hyper in the sense that things are processed in real time.
Right.
There are many, it's a proven concept, as you rightly said, Netflix, right, where the recommender engine success rate is off the charts at 80%.
Yeah.
Just because they're using data and insights correctly. And that's exactly what we're doing as well, right? We have real-time processing engines. We are able to catalog your emotions even into a periodic table and know exactly how to interact with you, so to speak, how to float your boat, what really will stir you. In terms of, using your historicals, your profile, internal, external, your digital footprint, as you interact in social media, in the world, as you do your e-commerce transactions forever, or as you interact with DBS, with all this entire very comprehensive profiling of you. And then it runs through a very deep algorithms that we have developed in-house.
Yes.
And that algorithm is like a living organization. As we interact with you, we get feedback from you in real time. It learns. There's a lot of self-learning, very recursive self-learning in real time, to the point where then it really get under the skin. Of course, respectfully, right? To know that, or we call it 0 moments of truth. Right? Your certain life stages where you're preparing for your marriage or wedding or buying a first car or firstborn, childbirth. Before that happens, right? At that's a moment of truth. But just prior to that, we are anticipating your needs.
Right.
And then we customize and tailor the entire suite of products and propositions that suits you to a T. Then correct. That's the spirit.
Part of your life. Yeah.
Correct. At all these major milestones in your life, through the various life stages, we have the entire suites of products and propositions and services to help you. And on top of that, we also understand customer toil. So we take away the pains as well. So both sides are the same kind together in a very personalized, very intimate way.
Right.
The goal really is this, right? We want to create such deep relationships with you that we stand the test of time.
And Royce, that brings me to a last question,
Sure.
Probably, is that traditionally banks have worked in silos, business, technology, the budget used to be with the technology used to talk technology, now it's no more business technologies, they're working together, as you said, rightly said, it's one platform owner. How do you see this going in the next 4 to 5 years? And in terms of really harnessing what you have, maximizing on working as a team within business technology, where do you see this going?
I think it's a matter of degree. And great question, first of all. Not going to harbor any illusions, right? The evolution from a department to a platform, the journey itself will have its necessary tensions, friction, confusion, even. We started this about 2 years back. And when I talk to my peers in CIO, CTOs, chief data scientists, they are pretty surprised and with that impressed that we actually had a relatively smooth transition. So we are at first base. And the significant milestone is this. Right now, budgeting is done as a platform. I think that is incredible flexibility, because then there's fungibility.
Yeah.
And the other thing which you talked about, which is the infra. You have the data, but you need the infrastructure.
Right.
Right now, the infra itself, I have absolute influence on it. To make sure that, like for instance, if you're doing AI operations, the instrumentation, the recursive learning, right, the feedback module, all those are nicely, adequately budgeted for. And even the choice of components is mine. Because there's no longer tech or business, it's biz tech.
Absolutely.
I've been a businessman all my life, but I'm totally fluent with tech, right? And in part because of this platform setup, which has kind of groomed a lot of biz tech people. So you think about full stack in tech as in front end, data management, back end. Now through full stack, right, is business technology.
Correct. Yes.
Right, you need to be able to understand from product and everything, and then it comes. So it's a matter of degree. So we come to the first base, where then second base, and then the final inning. Where are we going to go in the fourth, fifth, 4 or 5 years ahead, right? It's going to commingle so much that
it's just like there's no distinction as such.
The org chart itself is totally transformed. You cannot recognize it anymore.
And the pace will be phenomenal. What you've seen in the
Correct.
last 2 to 3 years' time, the pace will be very
The pace as you get comfortable with this and the results start showing, and the proficiency comes, right, then you get the elbow, and it goes exponential. It goes vertical.
No, I was just recollecting few things. Maybe it's for another time's conversation, but happy to have it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Royce.
Thank you.
Thank you.